I'm talking bulletproof, kind of suit, reflect the struggle that they put us through. With the strength to fight the power like Chuck D do. With the insight to be equal, no disguise needed. A voice that finds reason to multiply. People in the streets for the cause. Marching on Washington miners will be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call. That'll shield you from them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes to peep the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The queen cause they need it most. Politics with the kings. About economic growth. Cure PTSD. Cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know. Everywhere we go. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. It's gonna take one of us to save us. It's gonna take love and a lot of trust. We just got to get that faith and know that. Because you got mine, I got your back, I know. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The Lance going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
All right, let's just go and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
They'll go option to the short side. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers! Christian McCaffrey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Rashawn Slater, 1st-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Herbert. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. It's Eckler again. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, 28 yards. And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. taken at about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. He has just been alone for opposing offenses to account for now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Lance looking to throw it. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. The Niners at 6-2 to start play. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Chargers 14, 49ers 7.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw, it's Lance. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Left side complete to Keenan Allen. Touchdown! Keenan Allen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go,
the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To try again after the sack. Lance. Get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. They'll go option to the short side, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well. And
that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
On first down, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. Lance now to throw. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. Lance looks to throw again. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 45. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Herbert off of play action. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Give him 30 yards there.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
This is a counter play, Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd down and goal. Herbert to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. He finds his receiver Williams for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
51 yards on the ground for him so far.
So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams
with his second touchdown of the night, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk.
73 yards. Now goal for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Herbert now. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That is caught. It's Williams.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield.
A big play there for L.A. 45 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. On 1st down, Justin Herbert.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Williams brings it in. Touchdown. Mike Williams, 29 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, but now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play action. It's Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Lance throwing out wide for Samuel. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
Okay.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing now is Lance. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Davis Price once more. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time here. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Herbert on 1st down now. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, 29 yards. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and goal from the 1. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 62, 49ers 20.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lance, he gets this one to Davis Price. And he'll be out right at the 35.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And it'll be a turnover on downs. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now, not only did you not get it, and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turn the ball over to the other offense.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On 2nd and 7, Lance got a man. That's Ayuk. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Lance on the bootleg. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's caught at the 25. A big play there for L.A. 52 yards. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field, but sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Chargers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile,
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast